Look at that ass. What a beautiful badass. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. A very exciting one today. The prop store has finally released their catalog for their Batman 85th anniversary auction. There's like 85 lots, which is kind of funny. I'm pretty sure it's 85, but there is some Batfleck stuff in amongst all these pieces. Not only like costumes, but like niche little newspaper props and stuff like that. We have like a Riddler envelope from Batman Forever, stuff that, you know, is pretty decently priced. And, you know, if you want a little piece of memorabilia, a niche piece of memorabilia from one of the Batman films, it's actually not bad and won't exactly break the bank. But as always with these videos, what I'm going to be doing is going through some of the auctions, some of the listings. You know, we can't go through all of them. We're going to be here for a couple of days if that's the case. But just the costumes that really stood out to me, some that we've gone over in the past, but these are directly from Warner Brothers. I don't know if they have a big old tax bill that they got to pay, so they've got to sell off a few of their items from the archives. Nonetheless, the Batfleck stuff is very intriguing, but we also have stuff from the Suicide Squad. Now, like I said, there's some really niche stuff. We've got like, you know, Batman 89, Batman Returns original one-sheet posters, newspaper stuff, newspaper props from Batman 89, Oswald Means Order from Batman Returns. We've got a Batmobile disc, like a Batmobile wheel disc from Batman Returns, which is really cool. But let's start off with the Riddler's iconic costume from Batman Forever. Now, this is estimated to go upwards of 24,000 USD. And I've said this and repeated this ad nauseum. I used to love Jim Carrey's Riddler costume, especially his cane, the original cane that he wielded in Batman Forever. It's so over the top, this costume. It's so flamboyant and out there. I love it. And it just matches Jim Carrey as a performer. But also they've got his hat, which is really cool. Again, like this stuff is in pretty damn good condition. And not bad on the price tag, if I may say. Next up, it's Chris O'Donnell's Batman Forever Robin costume. So they've got this little 360 turnaround, which is pretty interesting, which I've never seen before. But again, nice, beautiful, up close HD shot of the crotch. Look at that. Now the suit does have a bit of wear and tear, which to be expected, but honestly, considering the film came out in '95, this is a pristine costume when it comes to the fact that it's made out of foam latex for the most part in terms of the bodysuit. Now I've got like a pleather cape and stuff like that. Let me see if I can just zoom out just a little. No, not that much. There we go. Perfect. Like in terms of the paint applications, the foam, the neoprene undersuit, this is a damn good looking suit, man. And as far as I know, it's all original pieces. No replica pieces have been used to complete this. And the good thing is you also get the mannequin, which is really cool. Like usually that's unheard of, but let's just confirm. The costume consists of a two-piece black neoprene and red, green, and gold color foam latex bodysuit, marked with the principal performer's name and the number 5 with a zippered back and suspenders supporting the pants, a latex cape with a gold color lining, a urethane and nylon belt marked with the initials of the stunt performer with a buckle featuring a Robin insignia, black leather and polyurethane gloves with resin fins marked with the principal performer's initials and a number 3, and a black pair of leather and polyurethane boots. So as far as I can see, all original pieces. Now they're expecting this to sell possibly upwards of 30,000 USD. Once again, really good, like really damn good. Tempting, but my wife would kill me. Now this isn't a costume, but these are some interesting, in my case, never before seen photos of Val Kilmer in the Panther costume. So set of 5 Dr. Chase Meridian Batman photographs. So like surveillance photographs that Chase Meridian has come into contact with throughout the film, which is great because she has this weird obsession with Batman. But stuff like this, stuff I've never seen before in terms of like a behind the scenes shot. Is that Kilmer's stunt double? Either way, like, fuck, that's a good looking suit, man. It's such an underrated costume. Look at that. That's from when he's hanging off the chopper at the beginning with Two-Face. Look at that ass. What a beautiful badass. Like, you know, niche pieces like this, you know, they're expecting, you know, 200 to 400 USD. You know, 400 USD, it's not bad at all if they were indeed screen used. Now, this is something I didn't even take notice of in Batman Forever. This is Batman's rebreather from when him and Robin are scaling the Riddler's island at the end of the film. This is quite an interesting piece. Again, a piece I never really took notice of in the film. When Batman takes a dive into the ocean and then ejects himself, and it's dimly lit, but also it's one of those things where you don't really take notice of it. Or in my case, I was just taking notice of the sonar suit that Val was wearing in that sequence in the climax of the film. But this is such a neat design, man. This would be a great piece in terms of a collection. They've even got the mouth guard there where Val or the stunt performer would put it in their mouth, so it's legit. So this rubber rebreather features a black bat-shaped main body with simulated vents cast into it and a white foam inner mouthpiece attached with self-adhesive strips. Estimated to go upwards of 10,000 USD. Such a tiny piece and not much screen time, but also a really interesting design. I love this area here. This reminds me of, say, like the boot designs from the Panther suit, but also the Robin suit, and then also the Clooney, O'Donnell, Silverstone boots, but also Keaton. Like this kind of reminds me of the spats on the Keaton boots from Batman 89 and Batman Returns. Next up, it's another Clooney suit. You know, I'm no stranger to the Schumacher suits. I absolutely adore them. And we were just talking about the sonar suit. And this is another Clooney suit. I love the finish on these costumes, the ice blues, and then they shift to a satin black. And this is a pretty well kept suit. It does need a head form for sure, like a nice pristine Clooney head cast to keep the shape of that cowl, because these foam latex cowls ranging right up to Batfleck, if there's not a proper head form on them, they can distort quite rapidly, especially with the nature of foam latex. Like these things are pretty flimsy because they've got to be nice, soft and supple on the actors' heads and hug the actors' heads at the same time. And it's funny, you put one of these cowls on a stuntman and it shifts dramatically in terms of the look and the aesthetic of the cowl. But again, this is a great condition suit, much like the Batman Forever Robin suit. Let's just zoom out and do some more turnarounds. This is great. And I did recently cover a Clooney suit a few videos ago with another auction from the prop store. But this thing looks great. Look at that. Look at the posture. He's just like, oh, okay. All right, let's zoom in. And those fins have faded quite a bit because the fins were indeed urethane. I know a friend of mine who does have some screen-used pair of fins, which is pretty cool. So let's see if there's any replica pieces. Gloves and boots, marked former. So it is marked BM for Hero BM. So is that indeed a hero suit? So some restoration has been undertaken to improve the aesthetic and stabilize the piece. The restoration was performed in a sympathetic manner only when necessary and involved patching the foam latex and okay, so it has been restored somewhat, but they are expecting to fetch upwards of 60,000 USD for that one. You know, with some TLC, it looks pretty damn good. It would be great to get an emblem, whether it be production made, screen used, or a really high-end replica that has lineage to a screen-used chest emblem to complete the whole look. Now, I'm no stranger to this one. As a lot of you guys know, I used to have a screen-used hero and stunt Robin suit. It was a half-half. The upper part was worn by Chris O'Donnell. The lower part was worn by his stunt double. And again, this is a great-looking suit. All these pieces have been kept in the archives, you know, climate-controlled, stuff like that. You can see that the belt is a bit worse for wear. It almost looks like the ice suit from the end. But I just cherished having... What happened to the nipple? He shaved his nipple. I cherished having my suit, man. It was one of those things where I did intend to sell it down the line because, you know, you see foam latex and it does deteriorate over time. And Australia isn't exactly the coolest climate at times during the year. Let's just zoom back out. Some more turnarounds. It would be nice to see some really proper up close shots. See, I love that look with the cape folded back. Just really showcases the sculpting of the delts and stuff like that. It's funny that the red appears different to mine. This is more of a richer, vibrant red, where mine had a bit more of a deeper metallic hue to it. So let's see if this piece has been restored or anything like that. Okay, so yeah, some areas of the foam latex costume have been hardened and deteriorated due to age. Sympathetic restoration and stabilization has been undertaken to improve the aesthetic and stabilize the piece, like the Clooney suit. So patching certain places of the foam latex. So if these things are in the archives, they definitely have to keep on top of, you know, how these things appear. If anything's starting to deteriorate, they'll have an in-house team that will come in and repair certain parts of the suit, and even at times replacing it with replica pieces. Now we've got an ice suit as well. I do have a soft spot for the ice suits. I know they were recycled original Robin costume and sonar suits from Batman Forever. And the first part of Batman and Robin, you can see there, you can see the original Robin suit showing through, and they've sculpted these add-ons. And again, it's like Malibu Stacy with the new hat. But regardless, man, like, it's a big part of my childhood, and it's cool to see one of these go under the hammer. Again, these things have been kept in pristine condition and restore them when they can. Now, they're expecting this one to go for upwards of 30,000 USD, but the regular Robin suit, 30,000 USD as well. Okay. Now, here's one I've never seen before. Bane's costume from Batman and Robin, estimated upwards of 16,000 USD. Look at his head there. He looks like Cartman. They definitely need a bigger mannequin for this one, because Jeep Swanson was a big dude. But I've never seen a Bane costume go up for auction before, as well as, a pretty pristine looking mask. Because from what I can tell, it was foam latex, because I did see one up on the Gold Coast at Warner Brothers Movie World a year ago, and that thing was cracking big time. But not only do we have the mask, you've also got the underpart, the undersection. So it's like a skull cap. So is that a practical prop that kind of pumps the venom through, and you can see the venom pumping through with those tubes, and then they attach the big old tube at the back there? That's really cool. And you see that at the end where Chris O'Donnell and Alicia Silverstone kick the tube out of the back of Bane's head. All right, here's the one I want to talk about and just nerd the fuck out over, because I've never seen something like this go up for auction before. One of Batfleck's costumes, screen-used costumes with replica boots and replica gloves. As soon as I saw the photo of this, I knew straight away those gloves and boots were replicas. Now, this is expected to fetch upwards of 120,000 USD. But let's just zoom in and just see the beautiful detail. Come on, mate. Look at that. I know I'm a Batfleck fanboy, but unapologetically, because I love this suit. It's such a beautiful design with what Ironhead Studios had done. You got your urethane chest emblem here, that beautiful textured fabric. Now let's move on up to the cowl. So they do have a 3D printed face insert of Affleck, but God, that is distorted, man. Like, really distorted. They definitely could have done with a better shaped head form, because here looks fine. That neck looks fine. He's always had that big bulky muscular neck with the air pockets so he can turn his head. But this just does not look right. It looks elongated, like big time. So we go down here to the replica gauntlet. So these are UD replica gauntlets. A lot of you guys will know UD replicas. Probably some of you have UD replica suits. Those motorcycle licensed costumes, but they're also real, motorcycle pieces. They'll protect your body. So the boots as well. I don't know if it's one of those things where they may have had to utilize the gloves and boots for Zack Snyder's Justice League or something else, and they've just got lost along the way, and they've just had them replaced. But to see this up for auction is crazy. Like, this is something you never bloody see, man. And I'm obsessed with the aesthetic of it. I think, in my opinion, it's one of the best live action bat suits put to film, even though, the writing and all that wasn't that great. But I loved Affleck as Batman, and it's in thanks to that costume as well, and just him being a tank in that costume. Whoever gets this, for the love of God, please post photos up the yin yang. It'd just be so cool to see. You got that little 360 video there. So in terms of the markings inside the suit, the costume has production applied distressing throughout to make it appear battle worn. The bodysuit's underlaying is hand marked with the principal performer's name preceding number 2. The belt is hand marked with the principal performer's name preceding stunt. Okay, so a stunt belt. And the cowl is hand marked with stunt performer's name. So Richard Citrone. And a 3D printed face has been installed into the cowl for display only and is not permanently mounted. So if it's stunt, I'm assuming Richard Citrone. Now here is just a Batfleck cowl on its own, expected upwards of 20,000 USD. So this is Richard Citrone's stunt cowl, because it does say Rich on the little area there. Well, it did. So the funny thing is they changed photos on this cowl. At one point, I'm pretty sure they had an original hero cowl, but now they have a stunt cowl. Now I can't find the photos on here, but my good friend Roberto sent me these of the preview photos that shows the inside of the cowls. You can see right here. You can see all those beautiful air pockets, the areas, the raised areas, as well as the skull cap in there that helps Richard Citrone, Ben Affleck, whoever's wearing the cowl turn their head in a one-piece cowl, which is really cool. Like, the ears have really softened on this piece, man. Like, again, if it's a stunt cowl, especially foam latex, like, or a foam latex suit, it is going to go through the absolute ringer. Let's have a look at that side profile, and you can see, like, it's got a lot of wear and tear there from the cape overlapping on the sides of the shoulders there. The nose, the arch of the nose is about to fall out. All right, so this piece here, this is actually the piece I would want over the screen used Batfleck costume. This is one of many promotional statues made by Ironhead Studios, who made the screen used batsuits, as well as Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman armor. Now, the cool thing is these statues were made using the exact same materials as the screen used batsuits. So it's going to be in better condition because it wasn't screen used, screen worn. It's just a stationary piece that they made a fair few of them of to you know, showcase around the world during promotion. And we've had these statues even up on the Gold Coast here for the Batman exhibition. So again, utilizing, you know, the same make and model pieces. We have the gauntlets as well, the proper gauntlets, the cape as well, the heavy ass urethane cape, but also the boots. This is, again, something I would rather over the screen used costume because it's all intact. It's been taken care of. The only thing is I would swap that 3D printed head for a proper looking cowl and probably an empty looking cowl. So it just looks like the suit itself is on display. Now, as far as I'm aware, the fingers are like posable, so you can have them outwards or clenched fisted. Now, they're expecting this to sell upwards of 40,000 USD. That's not bad at all, man. Considering that's going to be in a lot better condition than the screen used suit. I know it's screen used, but also at the same time, considering this was made using the same materials to make screen used costumes, I'd be all for this one over the screen used suit. Now let's go through the gallery here. So they've got some really nice photos of this piece as opposed to the other suits where they're just static turnarounds, like full body shot turnarounds. But look at those gauntlets, man. That's just so cool. Let's zoom on in. And just some of the details that, oh my God, that's really close up. Like just the aging, the little gold bits of weathering here and there. You've got like a mesh under there. See, this is great reference if you're doing a Batfleck cosplay. Like, look at all just the subtle weathering there. Oh, that belt. I'm just obsessed with that belt. Look at that bronzed up back crotch as well. That's great. So yeah, they've done a 3D print of him turning his head, but I'd replace it for a static, you know, straight facing cowl. And that chest emblem there with the battle damage on the side. Wow. Let's see how much we can zoom in here. Whoa. Look at that. Look at all that detail, man. Damn, you can even see the print lines there on the texture of when these things were originally 3D printed. Wow, I've never seen such up close details. That's great. Okay, next up, and this is something I never thought I'd see, Michael Keaton's batsuit from The Flash, expecting, like the screen used Batfleck batsuit, upwards of 120,000 USD. Wow. That is incredible, man, to see this piece up for auction. I really dig this suit. I think it's a nice return to form for Keaton. You know, it's keeping true to what came before it with 89 and Batman Returns. And it's mounted pretty damn well, man. And again, like, this is a mostly urethane costume. They didn't go with foam latex. They went with a much more thinner urethane this time around. And again, they're just full body static shots, nothing really interesting, but we'll see how close we can go. Like, look at that belt. The details on the belt there, how it's like an off gunmetal gray as opposed to like the matte black on the strap. So yeah, for the most part, all urethane wrapped on a bodysuit. And we've got the cowl there as well. That's an interesting looking cape. I never knew the cape kind of read like that on camera. Oh, this costume consists of one black silicone cowl. I thought the cowls were urethane, unless it's like a special stunt cowl. Black silicone bodysuit. Guys, this isn't silicone, it's urethane. Simulated body armor, including hard urethane chests and shoulder armor. Yeah, as far as I know, these were all urethane, not silicone at all. And the mannequin will be included too. Okay, and last but certainly not least, this is from the Suicide Squad. This is Harley Quinn's mission costume. This is actually, out of all the costumes Margot Robbie has worn as Harley, my favorite because it's so true to the comics. And, you know, everyone loves the Daddy's Little Monster, which is actually up for auction in this lot. But I love this one. I love the colors, you know, the red, the black, the diamonds, everything. Is just so comic Harley. And when she's got the bazooka and the goggles and all that, I just think it's such a nice return to form for Harley, as opposed to Daddy's Little Monster from the original Suicide Squad from 2016. And again, this is something that you will not see for a very long time. Like even just a little subtle bits of weathering and distressing there on the leather. It's a great costume, man. I would love to see more cosplays of this particular one, and we got a massive influx of Daddy's Little Monster ones back in 2016, so that was fun. So estimate is upwards of 60,000 USD. This costume consists of one red and black zip-up leather jacket with 3 red diamond shapes painted on the black against the words Live Fast, Die Clown, and metal loops on the shoulders, a red and black leather and denim bodies marked B and R. Okay, that is pretty damn cool, man. Oh yeah, Live Fast, Die Clown. I never noticed that. And there you go, guys. Those were some pieces from the latest lot auction on the prop store for the Batman 85th anniversary. It's cool that Warner Brothers have let these things out. Again, do they have a massive tax bill to pay? The one that I want the most is that Ironhead Studios promotional Batfleck statue. That thing looks incredible. Again, utilizing how they made the screen use batsuits. It's in better condition, and the asking price of what it may sell upwards of, not bad at all. Like really not bad. With that being said, let me know what is your favorite piece out of all these lots. Hell, it could even be some newspaper props. Like I said, there's some niche little pieces here that won't exactly break the bank and would be great for a Batman collection. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.